G'day and welcome to Queensland Weekender and welcome to North Stradbroke Island. Now for anyone who has holiday here, it's simply known as Straddy. But for the traditional owners, they refer to it as Minjirrabah, which means island in the sun. And there's plenty of sun out here today. It's the perfect day to get out and about. But first, let's see what the crew are up to. Also coming up, meet Uncle Arthur and Miss Georgia holidaying retro style. The prettiest church to get hitched.
This is something else. Imagine getting married here.
We catch up with Kangaroo Guy of 1770.
We love it with a passion.
And find some secret gems there too.
I don't think I have ever been to a more beautiful place, definitely on a stand-up paddleboard.
First up is Vic.
Sitting pretty on Montville's charming main street in the Sunshine Coast hinterland is the Chapel, a favourite spot for couples to tie the knot. It's not often that I'm speechless, but this is something else. Imagine getting married here. And while the view is absolutely breathtaking, what's really struck me is the intricate woodwork from the red cedar doors through to the branches inside. What a labour of love this must have been. Everything looks so simple, but the attention to detail is just mind-blowing actually. This whale's tail, it's even got all of the woodwork details, and it's about bringing the ocean into the chapel. It's just amazing. The chapel's incredible wooden features were carved by the hands of local artist Jack Wilms, the man behind Obi Valley Woodworks, about half an hour's drive from Montville.
I started with the door. The door took a month to do, so there's a whole month of work in that door. And just to test the owner, Ron, what he would like. And he was so happy with the door, and then I knew I can go from here.
Once the doors were complete, Jack spent the next year devoted to the chapel.
It was exciting because I just could do what I want, little secrets here and there for people to explore. Yeah, no, it was very enjoyable work. Yeah, it'll still be there when I'm dead, so it's nice to have that feeling you leave something behind, yeah, for generations.
The enduring appeal of Jack's work is thanks to the quality of the material he uses.
I only work with red cedar. It's one of the very few timbers ever to make export furniture grade. And it's just very stable. Once you do something with it, after it's seasoned, it won't move, crack or twist anymore.
And the work itself, it can be quite physical, or I imagine quite peaceful as well.
The gentlest part is when you have a surface all sanded, smooth, very fine, down to 400 grit. And then you put the oil on to see the grain emerging. That is the smoothest and most enjoyable part of the job. Because
like an unveiling.
Yeah, it only takes a few seconds, but it took you days to get to that stage. So that's a nice moment. Yeah, I wish I could just do that all the time. Cut a lot of work out that way.
Jack, you've obviously been honing your skills for many, many years, but I just wonder, where does it all begin? When do you suddenly think, I've got a piece of wood and I can do something with this?
It exactly started like that 25 years ago. I was on a beach in Albany, West Australia, and there was a piece of driftwood, a real squirrel shape to it, and I thought, I've got to take that home. And those days I just had a Stanley knife basically, and start carving on it with a Stanley knife with a big passion. And I was hooked ever since basically. I'm absolutely self-taught, and the longer you do it, you start to design smarter, you get more confident, and I'm 63 now. I can't wait till I'm 83 because then I think I'll do my best work. The best is yet to come, for sure.
Oh, what a lovely thought to know that you're just going to improve with age.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to be 83.
The Obi Valley Woodworks studio opens on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The chapel is in the heart of Montville's main street and is available for wedding hire all year round. After the break, the Cedar story continues in Kenilworth.
So the homestead was built out of red cedar. They milled it on site and built it in 1865.
Red cedar was often referred to as red gold by Australia's early European settlers. I'm heading to a place that's a classic example from that era. Kenilworth Homestead sits near the town of Kenilworth, about an hour on from Montville. This rural home was built in the mid-1800s by two cabinet makers. Much of it was fashioned from solid red cedar.
They milled it on site and built it in 1865, and it's still all the original timber is still currently used in the house.
Felicity Woods, what a fitting name, says this old timber homestead has stood the test of time.
Felicity, it's so wonderful to drive up the driveway and then you come across this magnificent old homestead. Yeah, it's gorgeous. The original homestead was on 22,000 acres, so it's got plenty of room, it's plenty of space.
The homestead remains a private residence, but there are 4 spa studios if you'd like to stay. Or you can bring your own tent, swag or van and stake a claim on the property's picturesque grounds.
From a Friday afternoon, campers can come out and set up their camp. It's all self-sufficient, so they can do their own thing. And then, they can set up down near the Mary River. So, it's right on our back doorstep. We've got 2 vintage caravans that we set up for hire as well. So if you want to have everything done for you, then we have it all set up and you can come and arrive and just enjoy the serenity.
Uncle Arthur and Miss Georgia are filled with character, with retro touches from the funky 70s. If you prefer a modern look, local company Kiori Caravan Hire will set up a contemporary van for you. And for more creature comforts under canvas, Peach Luxury Camping can deliver a glamping tent to the homestead grounds. Dayan McGrory is the campground caretaker.
It's a real family-orientated camping ground. So heaps of parents with their young children, and they've got acres and acres to run around on the mown grass, which takes me forever to mow. And we don't allocate sites. It's first in, best dressed. Everyone's got their favourite spots. I just stay out of the way and let them sort it all out. It's like the Sheraton, but in the bush.
Kenilworth Homestead is about 2 hours' drive from Brisbane. The grounds are open to campers and caravanners on weekends, as are the spa studios.
So whether you BYO the lot or call in the cavalry for a setup like this, I can't imagine a better place to spend a weekend.
Coming up after the break, kangaroos in 1770 and a locals tour of some of the best spots.
Oh, thank you very much. This is going to be a fun day.
Let's go.
Why don't we?
I'm Gary McLean. We run a kangaroo sanctuary in Agnes Water 1770, and what we are is wildlife carers. We've been doing it for over 13 years. So just hold it tight. Yeah, people find them, like they could find them in Bundaberg or around here locally, and so they get in contact with us. They either bring them to us or we go and collect them, and the babies can range from about 500 grams up to 2 or 3 kilos. So this one here is Nina. Well, when they first come in, they come into humidity crib. They cannot regulate their own temperature. And when they get a bit bigger, they go into kangaroo corner, which is a room in our house. The ones inside have a bottle every 4 hours. So this is Brocky. Each afternoon we make up, at the moment I think we're doing about 36 bottles a day. So in the afternoon about 4 o'clock we start making the bottles up, and then we start feeding at 6. The people, when they come, they sit down and feed the kangaroos. Everyone's pretty impressed and it's pretty popular. So we're getting really good response from the people, and most of the tourist places in Agnes are backing us now. Probably one of the nicest animals you could ever come across. We're proud to save kangaroos. I used to have a big business and I should have done this all my life if I would have known about it. So we love it with a passion.
Over the years, I've learnt that the best way to discover somewhere is with someone who proudly calls it home. And in the townships of Agnes Water and 1770, there's one man who has dedicated his life to it. Here he comes now. Hello, Artie.
Hi, Bridget. Welcome to Moondoggie Beach and Bush Tours.
Well, thank you very much. This is going to be a fun day.
Let's go.
Artie has long had a passion for showing off his hometown, which sits 90 minutes south of Gladstone. But it wasn't until late last year that he decided to turn it into a living. And the first thing he needed to stand out was a great name.
You may remember there was a character called Gidget, who I think was first played by Sally Field. She attempted to surf and almost drowned, and she was saved by Moondoggie, who was the big hunk, the dark-haired hero. And so I thought, yeah, it's a pretty catchy name, and that's how Moondoggie was born.
Artie's full-day tours take guests to the nearby Deep Water and Yurrumbilla National Parks, two places hard to access unless you have a four-wheel drive. Deep Water's our focus today. It's a stunning 4,500 hectare park, admired for its paperbark forests and pristine beaches.
I feel it hasn't taken long to get here, but I feel miles and miles away.
Yes, exactly. And it's not really that well known, other than us local people.
No, well, I'm going to count as a local. I won't tell anybody.
Yeah. That's good. It'll be our little secret.
Artie's a terrific guide. His expert knowledge comes in handy throughout the day.
So, Bridget, this is what we call a bloodwood tree. As you can see, this one here has been obviously hit by a car or a trailer coming through the bush here. But you can see the sap here is absolutely bright red and resembles blood. What the Aboriginal people used to do was, where they would find the tree bleeding, they would get that sticky red liquid and wipe it on any cuts or abrasions they had on their skin, because it has antiseptic properties. And one of the more rare creatures that we do find in this forest from time to time is, oh, have a look, Bridget, there's one just there.
One what? Oh!
One of the world's biggest cockroaches.
It's not alive, is
You
it?
want to put him on your hand?
Is he alive? Is he alive?
No, he's
Okay.
not alive. So these creatures live right throughout the Deepwater National Park and surrounding areas. These guys are really important to the ecosystem because they munch on these leaves here, okay? So all this forest litter, they help decompose it.
I wouldn't want him in my swag or something.
No, absolutely not. He's constantly hiding because they're just like a crawling M&M for a goanna.
Getting active is also a big part of the Moondoggie experience. Fishing, surfing, kayaking. And today, stand-up paddleboarding on the gorgeous Deepwater Creek.
Artie, I don't think I have ever been to a more beautiful place, definitely on a stand-up paddleboard.
This place is so special because it is one of the last areas in Queensland that has a coastal freshwater estuary or river system that runs into the ocean. I've been paddling here for quite a while now and never seen another human being. It is a very special area and like I said, you're one of the few that have been lucky enough to come up this way.
To finish today, Artie has organised a healthy lunch from the local organic store.
So how does it make you feel when you see how your tours and where you're taking people really impacts on them?
I love nothing more than when people at the end of the day or get back in the car and they say to me it's one of the best things they've ever done. For instance, I had an 80-year-old man who was vision impaired, hearing impaired, had never been in a kayak or done anything remotely like this, and you could see it in his eyes afterwards. It was just, I almost got teary myself, and he couldn't thank me enough, and that's what Moondoggie is about.
A day out with Moondoggie Bush and Beach Tours is one you won't forget in a hurry. Tours depart daily and Artie will pick you up from your accommodation. For me, that's at the 4.5-star Lagoon 1770 Resort. It boasts 112 beautiful rooms, a giant pool, restaurant and day spa.
It is too good a day not to get wet on North Stradbroke Island. To stick around, because after the break, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I've come to North Stradbroke Island, a 45-minute ferry ride from Brisbane with the intention of having an active holiday. The island is known for its beaches and some of the surf breaks that go with it, and chatting with the local is the best way to suss out what breaks are pumping.
I'll just head out the front today for a surf.
Thanks, Kerry. So my local has told me to head in this direction for a surf. I've got my surfboard, I've got my boardies, it's time to get wet. Surfies have been making the pilgrimage to Straddy for years, and the island has a lot to offer, from the odd big break at Point Lookout to nice and easy barrels here at Cylinder Beach, and even the little waves for the young, or in this case, the young at heart. Well, that didn't really go according to plan, but I got wet, had a good time, and now I'm off to do something I'm a little bit better at. Lawn bowls? Yeah, you heard right. Just up the road is Point Lookout Bowls Club, and waiting for me is their resident pro, Aaron Marsh. Now, normally I feel a bit more comfortable with a red ball in my hand. However, I have tried my hand at lawn bowls a few times, and I've been told, Aaron, it's all about the bias. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. Yep. So normally when you want to have a game of bowls and with the bias, always a big circle on the outside, little circle in the inside. Right. And then you get on the mat and you throw the bowl down.
Jeez, that looks nice. Good angles, good weight. It's a little short though. Oh, Aaron, that's perfect. You happy with that?
Yep, good.
Okay. You've got 20 years of experience and I've got probably about 2 minutes of experience, so I'm going to give it a go and see if I can beat you.
Go for it.
Oh, might be a bit too hard, a bit too wide. That's smashing into the back of that gutter.
And it's the wrong bias.
Time to swap the bowls green for another. A holiday isn't a holiday unless there's time to get a round of golf in. North Stradbroke Island Golf Club at Dunwich is a course with a cracking outlook. Andrew, good seeing you.
Lee, how are you, mate?
Mate, look at these views.
Mate, it's absolutely spectacular up here at Straddy Golf. Through the gap there you can see the port of Brisbane. Out to the right, you go all the way up to the Sunshine Coast, roughly 160 kilometres away.
Andrew is a new manager who only started 5 weeks ago but has already caught the Straddy bug.
North Stradbroke Island just really appealed to me. Mate, one, the lifestyle, two, the place, and three, again, the view.
Unbelievable. What do you reckon? We go have a game of golf?
Definitely. We're on.
Let's do it.
Okay. Right, the first tee, 356 metres, highest point of the golf course. We hit down over the bush.
See a few kangaroos on your sign there. Does that mean we're going to run into a few down there?
Definitely, definitely. Plus it's already mating season or breeding season. We'll have joeys and everything running around down here.
Oh, amazing. Let's get to it.
Righto.
This is one of the nicest courses I've had a swing on, and I've got to remember that I'm not holding a cricket bat. Oh, he's gone straight down the middle.
Straight down the high diddle. Have a look at it.
300 metres.
Nice shot, mate.
I must admit, I was really worried that I was just going to make contact. Andrew says it's a simple shot. A 9-iron onto the green. Oh, I've got this. Oh, no. I don't think I'm going to be getting birdie on this hole. Oh, Andrew has got himself out of trouble there. And now it's the both of us on the green. If I listen to you and execute this, this should go in. It's not great.
No.
But it's not the worst either.
Oh, it didn't swing.
Go enough for you.
Didn't move.
You've only been here 5 weeks. So this time next year you'll know the game's inside out.
Yeah, no more.
Good par. All right, off to the next one.
Yep.
Another specky hole, and we even have an audience. Get in. Oh! That, mate. That was good. Went in the back door, then the front door, then the back door. Oh, I've done the same.
Round they go. Beautiful.
Well, mate.
Gotta be happy with that.
That was a good hole.
Fantastic.
You will find North Stradbroke Island Golf Club just up the road from Dunwich on the Trans Island Road. Say g'day to Aaron and the guys at the Point Lookout Bowls Club when you visit. And Kerry from Bob Minty Surfboard set me up with this beautiful old mal I use today. For more holiday inspo, take a look at both Queensland.com and the Queensland Rail Travel websites. And lastly, there's one final stop I need to make. The Little Ship Club has been here since 1951 and just celebrated its 65th birthday. It used to be a little naval post, but now has been transformed into this social venue where people come from land and water to share a drink or grab a bite to eat. Now, I reckon that I've deserved these prawns, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. But remember, if there's any follow-up information from this week's show or you want to catch up on anything you've missed, please check out our Facebook, Instagram or website. Take care.